Trump 45 and Trump 47, in total more than $1.2 trillion. I call this the Trump trillion.
No, it's true,
$1.2 trillion extra spent by Canada and the
And I'm not only blaming NATO. They got a free ride. And
Not
if
anymore.
Biden had any brain, which he didn't, he would have said, you got to pay more. And same with Obama. Two bad presidents. But they could have asked, and you would have done that too. It would have been, I mean, who knows? But who knows if they would have
this
done
happen, and it is a huge.
It should have happened years ago, and it couldn't. But Obama didn't do it, and Biden didn't do it, and frankly, Bush didn't do it either.
But you did what Eisenhower started trying to do, equalizing the Europeans.
Tried, yeah. Eisenhower tried.
And all the other presidents, none of them were successful. You're the first one. It's your win. Your win in The Hague.
That's why I like him.
And you win now.
That's why I like him.
This is true. Without you, this would not have happened. Really,
Do you have any questions?
Mr. President, is the ceasefire over? Is the ceasefire done? Is the MOU dead?
It's a very interesting question. To me, I think it's over. I don't want to deal with them anymore. They're scum. You know what scum is? They're scum. They're sick people. They're led by sick people. And they're vicious, violent people. And if they had a nuclear weapon, they'd use it. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. I'll speak to our negotiators. They want to negotiate. They're good people. Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner. But they have to come back to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. We make a deal. And if I make a deal with him, we have a deal. And he goes out, he talks. We make a deal. Everyone's agreed. No nuclear weapon. We make a deal. They go outside, talk to the press. They say, we never even talked about it. There's something wrong with them. They're cuckoo. As far as I'm concerned, it's over.
Talks won't resume after we get through the funeral proceedings.
What?
Does this mean that talks with Iran will not resume?
I don't care. They can talk, but I think they're wasting their time. They're a bunch of lying guys. I do my whole life. That's all I do is deals. My whole life that's how I became president. I guess that's a deal too, right? But I made a lot of money. I had a lot of great success, tremendous success. Everything I did, I was successful. And I deal with these guys, and I say, this is from a different school. They're liars. They're cheats. They're sick people. They've hurt their people. They killed 54,000 people as of now that were protesting. You know, when people say, how come they haven't taken over? They can't take over because they're dead. They killed them. Nobody's going to take over. They have no guns, and the other side has machine guns. And they're killing them. The press doesn't report it. But they're bad people. They're bad people. And frankly, I don't want to waste my time with them. Now, I'll let our wonderful negotiators keep talking if they want, but I don't see it. I don't like these people. You know that? I like him. I like the leaders. I think all of these leaders.
Great. And they love him.
I think they didn't treat the United States fairly for many years, but that's okay. But they're sane, rational, good people. Most of them. I don't like a couple of them, to be honest with you. But there are a couple I don't like much. But I like Erdogan. I'll tell you, I like President Erdogan. He rolled out the red carpet. He's terrific. You know, he could have gone into the war. A lot of people saying, like with Bibi, I like Bibi. I think Bibi was a terrific wartime prime minister. But Bibi said rough things yesterday about Turkey and Erdogan. And I said, you know, I spoke to him. I said, he could have gone into the war because he doesn't like Israel much. And he doesn't like Bibi much. And he didn't go because of me. And this is a military power. Millions of soldiers. Turkey is very strong. They have a lot of our best equipment. They're trying to get the F-35s. But he didn't go in. He wanted it. He would go in. If it weren't for me, he would have gone in. And he would have been on the other side. Even though I don't think he likes the other side either, because he happens to be very sane and they happen to be very crazy. But so I think, you know, they treated us right. I think China treated us right. I was with President Xi, and I said, I hope you're not going to go into the war, because we don't want that. You know, he gets 50% of his oil from the Strait of Hormuz, and he gets more than 50%. And he never went into the war. He didn't supply him equipment, you know. He was great. I'm a big fan of President Xi. A lot of people say, oh, why? You know, I watched a couple of people critical of the fact that TikTok, it's so bad, it's so dangerous, it's so horrible, they're spreading all these rumors. And the numbers came out yesterday. You know who's number one on TikTok? I am. I'm number one on TikTok. And all I talk about is how bad communism is, right? They say, oh, it's terrible, they're spreading, but I'm number one. I listen to Gordon Chang. I like Gordon Chang, but he's always like negative. Oh, China's so terrible. They're so terrible. And TikTok is so terrible. But I'm number one on TikTok. I have like 4 billion views or something like that. So I don't know. People have to get the priorities straight. We have had a really good day. We're going to have another good half a day. And then I'll see you later and we'll talk to you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you, press. Thanks, guys.
I also will do a press.
Thank you, guys.
It will be more
Thank you
important.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please head out this way.
Hey guys, out the door. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप और नेटो चीफ की जानिब से गुफ्तगू की गई। अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की जानिब से कहा गया अमरीका को नेटो की ज़रूरत नहीं। उन्होंने कहा कि हमने ईरान को न्यूक्लियर हथियारों से पाक करने की बात की। गुज़श्ता रात ईरान पर हमला किया। नेटो ने ईरान मामले पर साथ नहीं दिया। ईरान 47 साल से दुनिया भर के ममालिक के लिए मसाइल का बायस बना हुआ है। ईरानी जौहरी तनसीबात पर हमारा मौक़िफ़ वाज़ेह है। ईरान किसी सूरत जौहरी हथियार नहीं रख सकता। सहाफ़ी की जानिब से अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप से ये सवाल किया गया कि क्या ईरान के साथ जंगबंदी ख़त्म हो गई है, जिस पर ट्रंप की जानिब से जवाब दिया गया कि आपका सवाल दिलचस्प है। मेरे ख्याल में ईरान अमरीका डील ख़त्म हो गई। अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे, जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि मेरे ख्याल में ईरान के साथ MOU ख़त्म हो गया है। सहाफ़ी की जानिब से सवाल किया गया क्या ईरान के साथ जंगबंदी ख़त्म हो गई, जिस पर अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की जानिब से जवाब दिया गया कि आपका सवाल दिलचस्प है। मेरे ख्याल में ईरान अमरीका डील ख़त्म हो गई है। ईरान के साथ मुज़ाकरात में काफ़ी वक्त ज़ाया हुआ, ये कहना था अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप का। उन्होंने कहा कि अब हमें अपना काम करना होगा। उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि हमने ईरान के मामले पर बहुत वक्त ज़ाया किया, अब हमें अपना काम करना होगा। गुज़श्ता रोज़ ईरान ने सऊदी अरब और दीगर ममालिक के जहाज़ों पर हमले किए। ईरानी हमलों के जवाब में कार्रवाई की। सहाफ़ी की जानिब से